Interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. And now here's the upcoming schedule. D.A., take it away.
Thank you, Kevin.
David, he clearly is a special talent, and his resume shows it. Thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The guard spots filled by Jackson and George. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for the Mavericks, the guard pair, it's Doncic and Hardaway. Finney-Smith in at the forward with Porzingis as the other. And it's Powell in at the center. And Leonard gets it to go. And for those teams that suffered a harsh ending to last season, Greg, what are they feeling here on opening night?
I mean, motivated. You think about that kind of thing all summer, and the chance for retribution starts now.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame.
All of that happening because Porzingis moved well off the screen to find the space.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And, of course, this is the first they're seeing of Dallas.
And facing a squad that poses some challenges. I mean, they beat them in the playoffs, but lost the regular season series. You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Hardaway, no good. We play just over a minute here in the first. Well, we know Zubac can eat up space inside, Brent. Great job of securing rebounds.
Yeah, obviously, if he was playing starter minutes or anywhere approaching 30 minutes, Zubac is going to be in double figures, ripping down both offensive and defensive things on the glass. What's impressed me about him, though, is he's got great hands on the inside and has now become a very viable role target.
Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to Milwaukee. The pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Fires from the line. That shot, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Right block shot. And it's Porzingis getting it to go. Porzingis has got his second basket of the night.
Did it feel like Porzingis knew there was a defender there? Man, he just brushed him off.
Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Top of the key, Porzingis. Hardaway passes to Powell. Here's Finney-Smith. Stolen by Jackson. Ball's knocked loose. Hardaway against George. Outside Hardaway. Leonard against Doncic. To the inside. And the dunk by Powell.
And the all-around game of Doncic. Not just a scorer, but a great dime dropper as well. Notices his open teammates quickly.
Your Mavericks dance team.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Jackson. Bledsoe kicks to Ibaka. Back to Bledsoe. Pass to George. Batum, a screen on Hardaway.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Ibaka. That ball, nice feed that time from George.
Ibaka does a good job of finding space in that possession. He knows where he's good from.
Doncic against Bledsoe. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Doncic with the bucket.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
1:27 left in the first quarter. Batum sets a screen for George. Over Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
And shooters must beware. Porzingis is down there lurking.
Powell with a screen on Kennard. And Porzingis puts up a deep three. Had the space there, but it's offline. To the middle. Porzingis with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. Mans checked in for George. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. And Trey Burke subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. There's a minute left in the first quarter. Now here's Burke. Kennard covering. Doncic outside. Fires the three. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Ibaka mixing it up again there on the inside, using his size.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the rejection by Ibaka. Bledsoe looking around. Outside for Batum. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's the feed to Ibaka. 7-foot shot. It's good. Ibaka's got his third basket of the night right there. Now, here's Doncic. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers ahead, up 2. And we'll get going after this from the...
All right.
And big man Kristaps Porzingis, not resting on his laurels. He described...
Is getting in that weight room and living in there, basically.
And at 7'3", and with a few injuries over the last couple of years, Greg, that lower body strength work, so important for KP.
Absolutely. I mean, his skill is tremendous for a player his size, but keeping his body strong is going to be critical.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
The guard pair, it's Doncic and Hardaway. Maxi Kleber is out there with Burke, and it's Powell in at the 5, down low. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. Jackson against Doncic. Passes it to Burke. Inside. Got a piece of it. Jackson looking it over. And he drives in. And good that time.
That was a tough shot. I mean, Jackson has practiced that, but he makes it look effortless right there.
Jackson against Doncic. Pass to Kleber. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Doncic against Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Leonard with the steal. Outside Jackson. Drives to the hoop. And the dunk by Jackson.
You think about the growth of Kawhi Leonard's game, where in the first few seasons had very few assists as a playmaker, and now it's a key part of his game.
A different look for Dallas. Zinkis, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Trey Burke. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And then for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And Georgia subbed in for Terrence Mann. Zubac against Porzingis. Porzingis sets the pick for Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. And the rejection by Zubac. Left side, Leonard, from past the arc. No good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Hardaway. Dallas again missing. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. The shot by George, wide open. And it's the Clippers scoring again. All right, Greg, you're a lefty. You're on the call tonight. Here we are courtside. Who do you think is the best left-handed player currently in the NBA?
Oh, it's the beard. James Harden, Kevin, no question. But Zion's going to be carrying that torch for us lefties going forward. I have no doubt he'll make us proud.
Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss. His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Clippers?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
On top of all that, they've done a good job of making life difficult for the opposing shooters. They've had hands up and have contested a lot of shots. Look at the blocks.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. And then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Jackson. Doncic against Bledsoe. Over to the left wing. Now here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. Now the pass to Finney-Smith. Kleba inside. Guarded by Bledsoe, and he banks in the layup. Kleba's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Bledsoe, difficult to handle. When he's going up to shoot, he finds his way to get the defense to foul him. Such a good, strong point guard.
And the first one at the line is good. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
Just Eric Bledsoe, when he's in these games and you can see he's got hyper focus, he can become a big, big problem. Athletic, plays both ends of the floor, and that power from him at the guard position is very unique.
The 3 for Doncic. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
George finds Zubac. 30 seconds left in the first half. Zubac, a screen on Doncic. Bledsoe, and it goes down 2 points. And the Clippers lead by 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Hardaway Jr. committed to get inside on that particular play, locked in and shrugging off the defense.
Here's George. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Hardaway for three, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And we finished one half of basketball.
Winning the Clippers.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll start.
And this matchup has been every bit as good as advertised. Just take it from... All right, now let's break down the first half. It's been a... And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Outside the wings are George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in a point guard. And Greg, you look at the power that Kawhi Leonard plays with, incredibly strong for his position.
And it helps him finish through contact on offense. And it also lets him guard bigger men. Kawhi makes great use of that strength on the wing.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. Leonard with the bucket.
He has the touch to do some damage from three-point distance.
Doncic against Jackson. Outside Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Feeds to Powell. Shoots over Zubac. Here's Doncic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got 9.
And he's become a true warrior on the backboard. Doncic understands how to position himself on that offensive board.
Jackson misses. Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic with it. He's got 9. Pass to Finney-Smith. A 3-ball. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists now tonight.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Doncic against Zubac. His first shot coming late. Outside for Jackson. Now here's George. He's covered closely. And George with the stuff.
Paul George getting aggressive, showing us some power that time as he's able to get to the rim.
Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
A different look for Dallas. Brown's checked in for Powell. Trey Burke comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Hardaway. The Clippers also changing it up. Baca comes in for Ivica Zubac. Mann subbed in for Marcus Morris. Bullock with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Doncic against George. Porzingis sets the pick for Doncic. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Kristaps Porzingis.
He's just adept at gutting the defense in these sets. Give Doncic a passing lane, and he'll thread the needle.
And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Doncic. And then for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Leonard. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Bledsoe, and the layup's good off the glass. And it's 6 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Efficiency there from Eric Bledsoe, good at knowing when he should look to score.
Passes it to Porzingis. There's 1:40 left in the third. Banked in off the glass. Porzingis has got 4 points this quarter.
CTH, can't teach height. Porzingis is big and completes the play.
And here's Bledsoe. 6 points for him.
And now a look at Eric Bledsoe, how he did last season. Put up about 12 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's also a bit of a stopper defensively. They put him in, and their defense really tightens up.
This is his specialty. He sits on the bench, he gauges what's happening offensively, and he comes in and sticks the opponent's top scorer to freeze him out.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Mavericks trail by 6. Now Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Porzingis. And he lays it straight in.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Clippers leading by 4. Bledsoe outside. Shoots over Brunson. And that one hits back iron. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Burke, the pass to Bullock. Left side, Porzingis. Kicks it to Burke. Back to Porzingis. Rebound by the Clippers. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. Los Angeles with another miss. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Kennard against Brunson. Pass to Bullock. Latrey. Great D that time from Batum. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top. They're up by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
All right, look who's coming out to start. Come on.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Reggie Bullock. Burke is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Moses Brown. And it's Brunson in at the point. It's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Here's Porzingis. Drops in the short one.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Outside Jackson. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. No good with the layup.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Paul George spotted up, spacing the floor, and cashes in.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. He told him this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If we make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Hardaway is screen on Jackson. Doncic against George. Just 5 to shoot. Basket good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
George against Hardaway. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
And for so long in Indiana, Paul George was that guy. But boy, I tell you, he's been a good sidekick the last few years.
Well, he's been amazing and continues to be a little bit undervalued in the way that people assume Paul George's offensive and defensive game as a collective and the way it impacts winning, especially playing alongside Kawhi Leonard. Didn't have to take as much of the offensive load if he didn't want to. But Paul George still gets it done.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Stolen by Jackson. And oh, here we go with George.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Doncic feeling it out. Kleba kicks to Hardaway. Hits the three-point bomb.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but from that spot on the floor.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Paul George doesn't just score. He can pass it as well. He's a great all-around player.
Mavericks trail by 8. Here's Doncic. He kicks it to Hardaway. And the pass to Kleba. Here's Finney-Smith. Over Leonard. No good from Finney-Smith.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Unloads. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Jackson. Leonard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. Powell with a screen on Jackson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. Right wing. Here's Zubac. Tries yet again. And the layup by George. And it's a 12-point Clipper lead. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They have not wasted any time here tonight. They've pushed it whenever they've had the opportunity and have gotten a lot of fast break points out of it.
Come on and get loud for your
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Brunson against Jackson. Pass to Kleba. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers leading by 12. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Pass to Brunson. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And the rejection by Zubac.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Los Angeles.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving him.
Kleba, no good. Now here's Jackson. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too